Making room for vitality. June 10, 2014. If you took some time and observed the happy people in your life, you will quickly conclude that they all share at least one thing in common, and that is they are at home with their truth. Without a doubt, if you are paying attention to those around you, including the happy people, you will also know that they are entirely committed to sharing the truth of themselves. They do not hide behind elaborate embellishments or exaggerated truths. Even when their truth is frightening, they are able to face their truth, then share their truthfulness with others in a caring, compassionate and respectful way. Most of you already consider yourself to being honest already, at least most of the time. But when it comes time to face something that is frightening, sad, or something that makes you angry, it can become too easy to ignore the truth when it is the truth that will deliver you to liberation. How often do you hide your deepest feelings from others? Out of fear of rejection, criticism, or even from judgment, you turn away from your truth in favor for the untruth or the embellished truth. It takes great courage to admit to yourself or to another person what is truly happening within you. Dear ones, it is important for you to understand that the moment you accept how you feel at any given moment, the truth of what is going on inside of you in regards to the situation that is unfolding in front of you, will deliver you to a most rewarding door, and that, dear ones, is of joy, liberation, and the feeling of lightness, a great weight leaving your shoulders in favor for light and love. Anytime you release areas that you were avoiding, the energy within those areas are let go, and when you free that energy, you make room for vitality. When coming to your truth, dear ones, not only are you finally free, but you are much more joyful and happy than you were trying to contain and embellish truth. Being truthful with yourself has a grounding effect. When you are truthful with yourself, you are more resistant to emotional storms from yourself and from others. You are not so easily persuaded by your peers to do things you don't want to or things you know that are not good for you. When you are at home with your truth, you become more self-reliant and no longer needing the approval of others. Someone who is at home with themselves, with the whole truth of the person, is much more confident and has a great understanding of their inner person. When you are comfortable living from your truthful self, you open the door for others to come your way, and to deepen your relationship experiences. Being honest with yourself also encourages others to be honest. As you empower yourself, you are also empowering them to give themselves the allowance to also be honest and truthful of themselves. When people are able to share honestly with each other, making good use of tact and respect in regards to their feelings and needs, so much can be accomplished, and more often than not needs will be met. Even telling the smallest white lie is still being untruthful. It's an embellishment of the truth, and lying can easily create stress and tension between you and the person or people you told your white lie to. When you tell white lies or embellish truths, you need to remember what you exactly said and who you told. No matter what, dear ones, lies are never an act of kindness. Remember, truth comes from love, and if you have something to share with someone, share with tact and with respect. Honor the other person with the truth instead of dishonoring them with the untruth. How many of you have ever lied to yourself? Yes, of course the truth can be painful, but the truth is also your direction to freedom. You can continue to twist your reality in order to fit a so-called status quo, but any kind of self-deception can become addictive and covers up your beautiful true self. We know there are some dear souls that prefer to tuck away uncomfortable feelings, ignore certain truths of themselves, and move away from disconcerting beliefs in the back of their mind, then pretend that they have risen above them. And for a while their false display will seem to make them more comfortable as they continue to live in delusion about who they truly are, and deny their truest and deepest feelings, and their authentic true self begins to shrink even smaller as their made-up self grows. We don't encourage this at all. We want you to grow, to become and to walk in the brilliance of your own light, the light that comes from accepting your truth and loving yourself for all that you are. If you look at the truly happy people in your life, you will notice they are always committed to their lives, they are positive and work towards attaining honest and truthful information, to gain truthful knowledge of their own strengths, weaknesses, and to really comprehend what it is they want to achieve. Happy people, dear ones, are always reaching for authenticity, and are able to endure their own personal evaluation, because they have a deep inner knowing that within them is all they need for living in a state of integrity with themselves. There are many benefits of self-honesty. By being honest and truthful with yourself, you are able to see clearly where changes need to be applied. Where you feel discomfort of yourself is where change is called for. Yes, dear ones, you can resist change because we understand facing change can be frightening. Work is required, hard work that requires you to see with all your senses that you, dear ones, hold the power to make any situation better, and you will the moment you honestly and truthfully admit the reality of the situation. A great way to motivate yourself towards change, dear ones, is to ask yourself, where will this lead me? If you don't like your current behavior, habits, or ways, ask yourself, what are the consequences if I don't change? Or ask yourself, what are the possibilities that might become available if I make this change? Asking yourself questions that require an honest and truthful answer will help direct your course of action. All you need to do, dear ones, is follow it through. It takes time to truly discover who you are. It will not take a few weeks, or time spent within a course that has someone telling you how to live your life. Truthful living, dear ones, is a lifelong process. Discovering who you are is an everyday challenge, one that has so much to reveal and to teach you. It is worth walking the path of self-discovery, as it will lead you to many moments of clarity and understanding that books or cleverly taught courses will try to teach. Remember, dear ones, all you need for your inner development is already inside of you. Besides God, no one knows you better than yourself. Books and courses will give you ideas and hints, but the information will come to you when you take the time to explore yourself honestly and truthfully, and embrace all that you find, as it is all you. You might get an uncomfortable feeling when you know you are being dishonest or lacking of truth, and sometimes that uneasy feeling comes through from expressions of thoughtlessness, impatience, not being honest with a loved one, ignoring a friend or family member's concern, or you might offer shallow advice. There are other feelings that may spur you into action that let you know something else is going on, that you are being less than truthful. The more truthful you are of yourself, the greater your self-awareness also is. You always have a choice, dear ones. When it comes time to face your truth, you can always confront it honestly and truthfully, or continue hiding from it with elaborate excuses. The ordinary moments of your day is filled with many opportunities to express your authentic self. It will take some time, but you will get better at hearing your inner truth and not feel uneasy. The uneasy feelings are your signals, dear ones, that change is needed, and that it is time to put the false truth aside, and allow the authentic truth to be revealed. No matter how pretty you paint your elaborate picture of your false self, it is your true and authentic self that we encourage you to demonstrate and experience. The more you liberate yourself from living within the walls of your false truth and delusions, the greater freedom and empowerment you will feel. You will learn to embrace the voice of your truth, and not fear when it is time to correct any wrongs that were a result from not living truthfully. It always has been up to you to choose a way of life that honors truthfulness and wholeness, where grace and integrity are a joined working part of you. Be all you can truthfully be, and shine from your authentic self. And so it is. I'm Ascended Master, El Morya, through Julie Miller. SpiritualNetworks.com